I'll admit, I get a sort of twisted excitement every time we face off with Watchtower. It's like playing a very dangerous game of chess. Fleet's shaping up nicely. You sure your fleet's ready? And what about you? Fully stocked up on weapons and gear? Once we start this, outside of a Unity jump, there's no going back. Right, yes. Plan. I do have one, but I'll need to clarify a few details first. We need to speak to Gren. Let's head down to Gren's workshop. We should be able to find him there. Once we've spoken to him, we can finally get this Watchtower plan rolling.
Your arrival has been logged.
Gren, old buddy, good pal, dear friend all.
Please, just stop. What do you need, Torin?
That's our Gren. Straight to the point. You know, I think that's what makes him such a great...
Torin!
Right. Sorry. It's Watchtower, Gren. They're coming for us. I have a plan, but I need some guidance from you first. All right. We'll wait for you here.
You're back.
As I was saying, we need your help with Watchtower, Gren. I won't bore Gren by rehashing the details, but suffice it to say, our fleet strategy, it bought us time, but that time's running out. So, kinda drastic, but I think we need to take Watchtower out of the picture. The sooner, the better.
A lofty goal. And how exactly do you intend to achieve that?
Bear with me. We strike Watchtower right at the heart. Now, I know how that sounds, but with just a few details clarified, I think we can make it work. Well, hopefully you like the rest of the plan even more. Remember me telling you how Watchtower held me captive in a star station? Well, that place was big. Like, really big. I'm talking main base of operations big. I'd bet anything that's their headquarters. And I know where that station is. Well, where it was. So if Gren can confirm that I'm right, we take our fleet and we...
Wait. You were held captive? But yes, you are right. Although it won't work. You won't be able to find that station.
Huh? Why not? I escaped from there. I remember what planet it was orbiting.
You don't understand. If you're talking about where I think you are, it doesn't matter if you know where it is. You'd still never be able to find it. The station you speak of, I've never visited, but I have worked on components for its construction. It was called the Heimdall project. Years ago, when I was still with Watchtower, I was ordered to fabricate a lot of hull plating. Plating that incorporated adaptive optical fiber technology. That sort of tech is primarily used for only one thing: visual cloaking. I see you understand, and you're right. An object making use of adaptive optical fiber, if it were to remain stationary enough, would be virtually invisible. It would be cloaked, much like an old Earth chameleon, only better. The station you're looking for, Heimdall, was built to not be seen. Even if you know roughly where it is, you'd still never find it. As I said, I never personally visited Heimdall Station, but I do recall other Watchtower operatives discussing it in passing. From what I could piece together, the station was intended to be a hub, a centralized command for a variety of operations. I also remember the occasional mention of deviant transfers. I don't know why, but I always found that particular phrasing unsettling.
I don't know. I was busy escaping. I guess I didn't bother to look behind me. Or maybe it was different then. There wasn't a cloak because, you know, reasons? Unity-type reasons?
Torin, I understand you're speaking in some sort of code, and I respect your privacy, but there's no reason to be so weird about it.
Okay, sorry.
The plating was composed of a layered composite, adaptive optical fibers interwoven with reactive polymers. It captures and redirects light along the surface, allowing an object to blend seamlessly with its surroundings. The result is most effective when motion is minimized. Rapid movement can cause distortions and imperfections in the illusion. I've seen similar use of this technique in some spacesuits. Smaller scale, but still just as useful.
Yeah, my plan sort of relies on actually being able to see the station, so I don't know what to do.
I might have agreed with you, if we weren't talking about Watchtower. They wouldn't have gone to the trouble of producing enough plating to cover an entire station if a simple scan would so easily give them away. That you were able to think of such an obvious weakness means they'll have thought of it too. They will have countermeasures in place.
Ugh, damn it. Well, it was still worth asking.
To cloak something as big as a station, that will require tremendous energy, more than any power core could ever generate.
Harper, what are you doing here?
This is my home, remember? You think I don't notice when you three knuckleheads sneak off to plot something?
We're not plotting, we're organizing. You make it sound so sinister.
Call it what you want, you got a problem. You want to get aboard this Heimdall station, you need a way to disable its cloak. No way Watchtower's powering this cloak using conventional means. If we just knew how, maybe we could disrupt it. Huh. We need info. Hey, Gren. You think Watchtower would keep records on that kind of thing?
You mean the cloak's power source? If the hardware was proprietary, then yes.
And would Watchtower be likely to keep these records on computer cores?
Indeed they would. Of course, you'd need to have known the information was there to even look for it.
Typical Watchtower. Can't make anything easy, can they?
So it seems. In this particular case, I'd say it would take at least 6. In truth, I won't know how many cores are needed until I try to extract the data we want. 6 should allow some trial and error, with 1 core to spare just in case. Just be glad I didn't ask you to bring me 10. There is perhaps another way to acquire the information you need. Another Watchtower safe house, similar to the facility from which you retrieved the control node. This one was also abandoned. Terramorph outbreak. If you feel up to the challenge, the safe house contained a number of computer cores. We used them for the fabrication of blueprints. Should still be there. You can find the safe house on Kang 3. Take this old keycard. It'll grant you access to the facility. Just be ready for a fight.
In the meantime, I'm gonna stay here. I should really pick Gren's brain over a few more details. See you when you get back.
You need my help?
Something for you.
That's... Hey, you might want this.
Have something for you. Hey, you might want this.
How goes the core hunt?
I'm listening. Reloading your skydrop. Your skydrop inventory is already at full capacity. No need. Your ship... Good. I'll take those. 1 minute. I don't think this will take long. It's done. I found what we need. I know how they're powering the station cloak.
Don't keep us on tenterhooks. How are they doing it?
Watchtowers tapped the mantle of the planet Heimdall station orbits.
Wait, are you talking about...
That's right. Geothermal energy. The power is transferred from the planet's surface to the station via a microwave array. Quite efficient.
Ha! Of course we can. We'll just land on the planet, find this micro-geo power plant thingy, and turn it off. Then bye-bye cloak, back to orbit, and we'll attack... Heimdall Station, did you call it?
Yes.
We attack Heimdall Station with our fleet, board it, and then finally, we can enact the final part of my plan. Dare I say that the following is brilliant in its simplicity. We board the station and then blow it up.
How is that brilliant? Blow it up? What even makes you think you can do that?
All Watchtower technology has a self-destruct, right? The station's gotta have one too, and if a couple of hostiles happen to make it on board...
Huh. That actually is a good plan. Torrent's right. If they breach enough of the station's security, an automated self-destruct will activate.
Ha! Told you! I've been thinking about this for a while. I just need to know the best way to get that self-destruct activated. Sure is. So, what do you say, Gren? Can you offer any advice?
If you wanted to guarantee that you trigger a self-destruct, the best way would be to find the station's mainframe and attempt access.
Find the station's main computer, slap the keyboard a few times, big boom. Got it. We'll need your fleet in tip-top condition for this. Every ship. Last chance to make any equipment adjustments or last-minute lineup changes. That is what we call enthusiasm, and it's what we like to see. All right, given everything we've learned, the plan should go something like this. First, we go to the planet that Heimdall Station orbits, land on it, and deactivate the geothermal plant that powers the station's cloak. After that, we get back in orbit and use our fleet to deal with any external resistance, then board the station itself. Then, we find where this Watchtower mainframe is and make a straight line for it. We keep pushing until Watchtower blinks and activates the self-destruct. Oh, there will be running, no doubt about that. Once that self-destruct goes off, probably won't have long to get back to your ship, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Okay then, we're heading to Pyras 2, which you'll not be shocked to hear is in the Pyras system. That's where we'll find Heimdall Station.
Very well. I'll meet you there.
Good, wait, what?
Much of Torrent's plan is based on conjecture. If something goes wrong, you'll need instruction. I'm uniquely qualified to provide this, so I'm going as well.
Well, thanks, Gren. Do you need a ship, or...?
No, I have a vessel of my own. It is fully outfitted and ready for combat.
Well, I'm not going with you. After all, someone needs to stay here and keep an eye on Stardock. But you might as well take this. That's my old pack. I had a few upgrades over the years. Maybe you'll find it useful. Good luck. I hope I get to see you all again.
On that note, let's get going. Pyras 2 awaits. I'll be hitching a ride with you again. Hope you don't mind.
about Eklund ships may be good, but so what? Ridiculous amount of credits was dumped into them. But Hope Tech, that's all Ron Hope. One man, true king.
Catalog some life forms?
They've got troops on the ground. Shouldn't be surprised. We'll have to take them out.
says trouble's nearby. Well, that wasn't so tough. Considering how important this thing is, I would have expected more security. Oh, I should not have said that.
This is Gren. I'm detecting Watchtower sky drops inbound to your location.
Yeah, Gren, we know. They must be launching them from the station. Probably right above us. Alright, get ready. I have a feeling the real fight's about to begin. Got anything you think that'll do the job? Okay. Good job. That was... well, it was something. Hey, Gren.
How
How are we looking up there?
Any more
incoming surprises?
I'm unsure. I only noticed the mech sky drops once they entered the atmosphere. If they did come from Heimdall Station, then... 1 second. Scanners show... another sky drop. It's big. And giving off some strange energy readings. Get ready. It'll be landing any second now.
What? That's an armillary. It is. I can feel it. It's wrong somehow. It's different. It doesn't feel natural. I think we might be in trouble.
It's no use calling down a
The
sky drop.
armillary!
That device is giving off too much interference.
Resurrecting the troops we already killed! Only Starboard should be able to do something like this. It's no good! Doesn't matter how many we killed, the artillery just keeps bringing them back! We need to put that thing out of commission!
The interference is cleared. You can call down sky drops again.
Sky drops! Just keeps up, we'll be overwhelmed! That did it! Brace yourself! I don't know about you, but I didn't expect that at all. That was Starboard tech. No question. Although it looked... jury-rigged. Like a bad knockoff. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'll admit, it's been a while since I used that many abilities, one right after another. And I might be just a little bit woozy. But I'll be okay. Thanks for checking up on me. Nope. First time. Suppose we shouldn't be shocked Watchtower have new types of skydrop. I mean, they were bound to innovate. Is this why they've been capturing Starborn, you think? To try and reverse engineer their powers into skydrops? No, that doesn't quite add up, does it? More likely, this is a response to our fleet strategy. No idea how they pulled it off, though. Sure looked like one. Just taking a stab in the dark here, but that Watchtower armillary, do you think that could be the weapon they've been working on? You know, the super secret weapon that a fleet won't defend us from? That would stand to reason. Well, could be wrong, but whatever it was meant to be, I don't think Watchtower have perfected it yet. That was too easy, relatively speaking. Huh. Maybe they launched that skydrop out of sheer desperation. Could be a good sign. Shows they're scared. Maybe they'll make mistakes. Anyway, let's go shut down this power plant. After you. How'd you know?
Because Heimdall Station just appeared in front of me. The cloak's down, and I'm looking at one big station with a lot of ships that are undocking and getting into formation. You'll want to make orbit, fast. I don't think we've got much time.
Okay, break time over. Let's get up there.
Hey,
That? A lot of ships. It's kind of hoping Fred was exaggerating. I know better. Well, nothing else for it. If we want to board that station without being blown to pieces, we're gonna have to fight it. Let's do it. Heimdall Station. We're almost done with this.
I'll do my best to deal with any Watchtower reinforcements. Take care, and good luck. Watchtower will likely have more ships inbound to assist. Your window to dodge is closing.
We need to find a way to the mainframe. Bryn said that has the best chance of triggering the self-destruct. Whoever Watchtower are mimicking our abilities, looks like they're getting better at it. That was almost like fighting a real, fully fledged Starborn. Okay. I think the mainframe is through that door. Almost there. Need to figure out how to get deeper into the station. Find this mainframe Gren talked about. Are we surprised that it's locked? Hey, that cyber amp you found on Mr. Knockoff Starboard. Just an idea, but why don't you put that on and then try opening the door? Find something to open that. The security system must think you're Watchtower. Well, that's an embarrassing oversight. This looks like where we need to be. In we go. Look at that. It's like the one that came from the Skydrop, only shiny. Watchtower building these things? Studying them, maybe? Oh, that looks like the mainframe. Not self-destruct yet, but maybe if we try accessing it. Ah, now this looks like the ticket. No idea how long this will take, but I think I saw another interface around the other side. Might be worth seeing if you can access it. Might speed up the triggering of the self-destruct.
Another squad of Watchtower ships has jumped in. I'll ensure they don't cause too much trouble, but you should still hurry.
Aha! Now this looks pretty sensitive. Alright, I think we found what we need. As soon as I try to access this particular data archive, I think it should be enough to trigger the self-destruct. Oh, not really sure. But if my guess is right, I think it's records of Watchtower agents that are embedded into various organizations. Someone could do a lot of damage if they could access those kind of records, which is why I think trying to open them will activate the self-destruct. First off, take this. Thanks to Gren and his hacking algorithm, I was actually able to swipe some data from the mainframe. Nothing too fancy, mind you, but nevertheless, I think you might find it useful. Now, as soon as I access this archive, I'm 99% sure the self-destruct will begin. Once that happens, you need to get back to your ship as fast as you can, okay? No dawdling. I'll be staying here. I mean exactly what I said. I won't be moving from this spot. Just think about it. If we both leave, what reason would Watchtower have to continue the self-destruct? They'd just disarm it. So, one of us needs to say, and that someone is me. I owe this to you. A version of you died to save me, and now it's time that I pay that debt back. It's alright. I'll be fine. I'm fairly sure Starborn don't actually die, so I'll just move on to another universe. Look, I get it, really, but this is the best shot you have of getting out of here alive, and making sure Watchtower can't try and capture you again. This wasn't a difficult choice for me. Let me do this for you, please. Alright. Alright, I can tell you're serious about this. If we're going to leave, we'll leave together. That is, after we make sure this place is toast. And I think I might know another way we can do that. But I hope you understand that I'll be making this up as I go along. No guarantee we won't both just end up getting killed. Right. Plan. Okay? I got an idea, and it's kinda out there, but that seems to be a recurring theme with me, so let's just roll with it. This armillary here, I learned a little bit about it from the mainframe. Watchtower have been reverse engineering these from the kind we're more familiar with. Their plan was to use them as weapons against us. From what I can tell, these things tap into the same energies and spatial whatnots as the real ones. Apparently, they have the potential to be very powerful, but they start off blank and not able to do anything. They have to be energized and imprinted. I'm not too sure what any of that means, but it seems to be something to do with Starborn. Well, I'm Starborn, so I'm gonna see if I can energize this thing and imprint my gravity well power onto it. If that works, we won't need the self-destruct. The armillary can take care of destroying the station for us, and Watchtower will have no way to stop it. Yeah, I'm fairly sure that's what we saw the armillary on the planet do, just before it sucked itself into nothing. Gravity well, it sorta acts like a black hole. Huh, I guess that's why I call it gravity well. If we can make this one do the same, hopefully it'll tear the station apart before crushing it into nothing. A dramatic way to go. I'm hoping this thing works like the armillaries we're more accustomed to, but instead of granting us powers, we just need to imprint one onto it. You know, sometimes all this Starborn stuff makes me feel like we're all just a bunch of kids playing with loaded weapons. Oh well, right. Here goes. Wish me luck. Maybe stay back. This could be dangerous. I can feel it. The resonance. There's someone else. And there he is. I know you, don't I? Yeah, there's something very familiar about you. We've definitely met before. You're the reason I'm here. I hope you don't mind me saying, you've more than proven to be a decent person. I'm glad we met. I trust you. I want to keep helping you. But I worry you'll one day go somewhere I can't follow. If you trust me too, please, take my hand. The bond is made. You and I now travel the same road. This link between us is born of the connection you have forged. born of mutual understanding and respect. It's time to continue our journey. Hey! Over here! So what now? You gonna start talking some sense? Or do you want to go on about holding hands and bonding some more? No. Fairly sure that was you. Hold on. You're speaking. Well, like you usually do. Normal, not all weird and cryptic. You're you, aren't you? I mean, like, the real you. Sorry, I know that's confusing. I was speaking to someone who looked just like you. But they've disappeared now, and I have no idea what's going on. I don't know. Normally when I interact with an armillary, it's more instantaneous. There's no talking to people, or sand. Yeah, I think. It was kinda like you, but acted strange and said things that didn't really make sense for you to say. Okay, I was near the armillary and then I appeared here. Although things looked a little darker and you were here too, only it wasn't you. The fake you said something about it being a long journey and bonding with each other. And it seemed to imply that if you were to pass through the Unity, this bonding would allow me to travel the same road, to jump universes with you. Then you held out your hand and asked if I was ready. I reached out and grasped your hand. And then that you was gone and you were here instead. Look, I'm really not sure what's going on right now. I can only assume all this is a side effect from the Watchtower armillary. Regardless, we need to get out of here and back to Heimdall Station. Well, there's an armillary near to us, although this one doesn't look jerry-rigged. If we can figure out a way to activate it, maybe it can take us back? Or at least, I hope it can. Because besides flagging down ships and trying to hitchhike, that's the best idea I've got. Hold on, I'm gonna try activating this thing. Huh. Well, that's not good. I can't seem to use my starborn powers. Could you give it a try? See if it works for you? Try something gravity-based. Hey, that did it! Good job! I don't know why my powers aren't working, but right now, I don't care. I just want to get out of here. And, about that whole bonding thing, I think I might know what that was, but it can wait. After you, back to Heimdall Station. And then we can put all this Watchtower nonsense to bed. We're back. And I could be wrong, but fairly sure I've got my powers back too. Nice. Huh. You know, I get the feeling if you hadn't come to get me, I may have been Thanks. You're a good friend. And looks like the armillary is good and energized. Guess I managed to imprint on it after all. Hey, on the side there. It looks like there's a terminal to control the armillary. You should do the honors. Activate it, and get ready to run.
Warning. Anomalous energy surge detected.
Oh yeah, that's working all right. This way! Should get us to your ship faster.
I'm detecting increasing gravitational forces coming from within Heimdall Station. I don't know what you did, but it appears the station is going to collapse in on itself. You better hurry back to your ship. I've got bad news. The station just lost its docking port. Your ship's adrift.
What the hell are we meant to do now?
You'll need another way off the station. Try to find a skydrop bay. If you're lucky, there might be skydrops for deploying troops. You can use one as an escape pod. It's your only chance. Go.
I see skydrops. Looks like we can use these. All right. You first. We'll be right behind you. Certain to be a bumpy ride. Hold on tight. See you, Planet Sun.
Hey, nice of you to make an appearance. Not sure if you saw it on your way down, but Heimdall is no more. We did it. You did it. Ah, and here comes Gren. Perfect. We could use a ride.
I'm glad to see you safe and well. You too, Torin.
Ah, Gren, you big softy. I knew you cared.
Heimdall Station has been utterly destroyed. Any remaining Watchtower forces have retreated. I believe it's safe to say that you have won. If that's the terminology you prefer, then yes. After such a devastating loss, a tactical retreat was the most prudent response. You are welcome. I'm pleased I was able to assist. I managed to secure your ship and tow it to safety. Please, board my vessel, and I will see you back to yours. return to your vessel.
I'm gonna grab a ride back to Stardock, Gren. You got a moment? Come find me. There's a few things I want to say. Just not yet.